Alright guys, let's play a little bit with parallel and perpendicular lines. Here we have a line passing through the point -2, -6, and parallel to the line x plus 3y minus 12 equals 0. Alright, what's the problem? What do we need to do to get started? Well, for starters, x plus 3y minus 12 equals 0 is in general form. And I can't look at it, as you can't look at it, and say, aha, I know the slope is blah. All right, so the first thing we have to do is get the parallel line, and I'm writing here the parallel line in slope-intercept form. All right, again, slope-intercept form is that fancy math talk for isolating y or getting y by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract x from both sides. All right, then I add 12 to both sides. And the last thing I'm going to do is divide every single term by 3. All right, again, I divide every single term by 3, not just one of the terms. Okay, and I'm going to simplify this a little bit. I'm going to write it as y equals -1/3 x plus 4. All right, I can write that last fraction as 4 because 3 goes into 12 4 times. All right, so I have my line y equals -1/3 x plus 4. All right, and again, I'm passing through the point -2, -6. All right, this again is my parallel line. All right, what's special about a parallel line? Well, what's special is the slope is equal. All right, so that's what keeps them parallel and never touching. So I'm just going to grab the slope from the parallel line, -1/3, and I'm going to use the point -2, -6 to write the equation of my line. All right, I am going to use point slope form. Many of you you got it beat in your head in high school, y equals mx plus b, so feel free to use that if you want. All right, but I am going to do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, and clean this up a little bit by starting with all those double negatives. All right, and then I'm going to distribute this -1/3. All right, how do I multiply -1/3 and 2? Guys, please keep in mind we multiply fractions straight across. So -1/3 times 2 is just the same thing as doubling a third of a cup. All right, and so I would just have -2/3. All right, and now my last step is going to be to subtract 6. All right, so I have y plus 6 equals -1/3 x minus 2/3. All right, and I know many of you are going to use your TI calculator here. All right, oops, I don't know why I wrote a 6 instead of a 3 there. All right, so now we need to subtract 2/3 and -6. All right, well, the easiest way to do this is to recognize that this is just like -2/3 of a cup and -6 cups. Well, that's just going to be -6 2/3 cups. All right, and all we need to do now is write this composite fraction into standard fraction form. All right, and the trick is we multiply the 3 and the 6, 18, and add 2 to get 20 over 3. All right, and so this is our final line for the parallel line. All right, what if we go back to the line that we've been messing with, y equals -1/3 x plus 4, and now I say, hey, instead of wanting a parallel line, what if I want the perpendicular line? So I want the line perpendicular to y equals -1/3 x plus 4 that goes through the point -2, -6. So what changes from our last problem? Well, the only thing that changes is going to be the slope. And the slope is the negative reciprocal. So I need to flip 1/3. Obviously, that gives me 3/1. And I need to make it negative. Well, it's already negative, so it becomes positive. So our slope is just going to be 3. and we're passing through the point -2, -6. Again, I'm going to use point slope form. All right, so I have y minus -6 equals my slope 3 times x minus -2. All right, and first thing I do is always simplify all these double negatives. All right, I'm going to distribute my 3. And my last step is going to be to subtract 6. And I end up with the line y equals 3x. And this line is perpendicular to this line.